Well, look at that. We're back. The TNC Podcast. Jack Reeve and Chris Reeve.
And you're wearing a Norwich shirt for once in your life.
Yes, well, and the new one.
How are you?
I'm really well.
Good.
I'm really well.
You look well. Where have you been?
I've actually been in a very gloomy Liverpool.
Oh.
And I think I've caught the sun.
You have?
My tan lines are honkingly bad.
I'm starting to think you've been on the old tanning bench.
No.
Are you sure?
It might be dirt.
The
Can't afford my water bill.
The Yarmouth dirt.
Yeah,
Classic.
exactly. So it could be that. But no, I'm well. I must say, over the past week, I went to the Open golf.
Yeah.
Is that a sport you like?
Love golf.
You like golf?
Proper
okay.
sport.
So it's not like cricket.
That's not even a sport.
Okay. So I was at the Open and I was just there all day, every day. So
Living the dream.
So Norwich-wise, I am completely out of the loop.
Well, Jack, we'll fill you in as we go.
Brilliant.
That sounds wrong, doesn't it?
Cool. Not for the first time.
Cool. Blimey, Riley. How many minutes in before that first comment? So, on the agenda, Jack, is Bally McFadzean
He's gone.
has left the building. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about our new signing. Yes, that's right. We've spent actual money on a man called Christian, here we go, Fassnacht.
Oh yeah, know him well.
I think I've maybe mispronounced that. Apologies. Are we going to see the return of Rasheed, sir? We will be speaking about that.
Well, I'm very excited.
And transfer window worries, because I think we're all probably a little bit
There's nothing
concerned.
to worry about here, is there?
Lots of Norwich fans have been wetting their pants on social media. I might have been one of them. And guess what, Jack? This is the last podcast before the first game of the season. So we're going to be previewing Hull at home. Thank God we're not playing them away, because that place is a hellhole.
Being mauled by the Tigers.
And of course, last but by no means least, we've got tons
a lot of questions.
of statements, rants, raves, worries, questions, jokes, all sorts to read out from you lovely people. And I see, Jack, you've brought along something special for me.
Well, basically, Laken saw our running order and saw transfer window worries and thought, how do you cure worries? Well, send us a whole keg. And these are really special, Chris, because this is a keg of Encore, and they haven't been kegging these little mini kegs for a while.
Don't say kegging again, please.
They haven't been kegging these mini kegs for a while, and these are absolutely glorious. So there's 5 litres in it, quite bloody heavy, which is 8 pints.
And might I say, Jack, that I would suggest, and this is actually, I'm saying this to you, Lakens, now, don't send us just normal bottles anymore. We're going to need a couple of them each to get through each podcast this season.
These, Chris, and the reason I'm showing it now is because they're doing a really special deal at the moment.
Right.
Until the end of July, so you've got a few more days, these are on offer and they're 20 quid. So you get 8 pints for 20 quid. So it's about, £2 a pint.
You're
laughing.
laughing.
Unpasteurised, fresh beer, perfect for summer barbecues, picnics, football.
Drowning your sorrows.
And the Encore, let me tell you,
yes,
it is the best. It was the best ale, not in Norfolk, not in Yarmouth, in the world.
I just can't.
The best ale in the world in 2015 and 2018. This stuff is like nectar.
Welcome back to QVC.
And you need to get it before the end of July, because 1, they'll sell out, and 2, they're almost giving them away.
Up the Lakens.
And if not, if you're like Chris, you don't really drink beer, you can do bicep curls.
No, I do drink beer, but only after watching Norwich City.
No, but
play.
look at this. You can get drunk.
Oh, hello.
And
go on.
Get your biceps going. Yeah, I'm an athlete now.
Wow.
Should we get on to Norwich City?
Yeah, let's. Bally
McFadzean. So I was.
That one came out of the blue.
As I say, I was out on the golf course, and I saw Fabrizio Reeve tweet that Bally McFadzean is on his way to Plymouth, and I thought
he's had too many Lakens.
No, I thought, well, that makes perfect sense. And then I saw this absolute outrage from the fan base. Now, so Bally McFadzean has gone.
Yeah.
On a permanent.
Yeah.
How much for? Do we know roughly?
1 million quid.
£1 million. Okay. Where are you at with this? Because obviously you've been across it more than myself.
Yeah.
On the surface level details, I'm not overly upset.
Okay.
You might be feeling different.
I've concluded it's a shame.
Okay.
Because I can see the sense in it, and I can see the shame in it, but I think I side with that's a shame. I'm not angry about it. I just think that it sort of, well, it confirms two things for me. One, our model that we had originally built under Webber and Daniel Farker is now out the window, in my humble opinion. And secondly, we are seriously strapped for cash, and Plymouth must have paid a lot of, if not most of that £1 million up front, because to me it doesn't make sense. To me, it's a very peculiar one. But what I might say is, to go back to the point of it making sense, is he's never really fitted into any of the systems that we've wanted to play. Don't get me wrong, we've been playing like a shower of shite every single time he's played for Norwich, probably. David Wagner doesn't fancy him. He prefers Fisher. He's liked the look of him in the pre-season camps, etc., and also in the friendly that he's made an appearance in as well.
Is it risky to go with just
one? Look, this is what Wagner is saying, and this is what I've been told, and I think that's interesting. Don't get me wrong, it's a player that we've just plucked from the non-leagues, and that is a risk, but I kind of like it as well.
I guess we did the exact same with Bally Mumba. So he was on loan in non-league, wasn't it?
No, you are right. I don't know. I just think it's a shame, because I personally was a big Bally Mumba fan, and like I will say this, most Norwich fans saw him as, and we did. Someone took the piss out of us on social media, as always.
Really?
And said, thoughts and prayers with Jack and Chris, who said Bally Mumba was going to be one of their most exciting things about next season.
We did actually.
But it's true.
Yes, we did say that.
And so I kind of am a bit annoyed that we've had some of the excitement taken away from us. But sometimes in football, every now and then one of these deals happens. And you think, that's odd. But ultimately, I don't think we'll miss him. I don't mean that disrespectfully, by the way.
I guess you've got to look at it like you're always looking at these deals from a club to club basis, right? You've got to look at this from Bally Mumba as well.
Yeah.
Where he's going to Plymouth, where he knows he's loved. He knows he's guaranteed game time. Absolutely. And it's in the Championship.
Yeah, in a system that complements him.
Exactly. None of those were guaranteed at Norwich. He wasn't guaranteed game time. Like, he could have quite easily gone this season, not played much. Plymouth then don't want him at the end of this season, and then he's going, am I going back to League One for loan? So players have to kind of move at a certain time as well. And I think that the big thing here is positionally, like, we're not playing a system that would necessarily complement Bally. So I saw that and I went, million feels a little bit on the low side. I think for one of League One's best players last season.
I was thinking 2.5, 3.
Yeah. Especially
for like that, with that credibility and that, I guess, certificate on your CV, it seems cheap.
Is this where Norwich are at and what we have to get used to?
Yeah,
now?
I do. I do think it's where we're at. I do. But look, I think overall the deal probably is more on the side of making sense as to it not. And I do think it's a sad statement of affairs, because it sort of sums up where we're at financially, because really he is an up-and-coming prospect. He was League One's player of the season, and I think it's very, very disappointing to have let him go so cheap. Would we be in that position if we'd perhaps offloaded maybe Max or Big Andy earlier, Mila Rasheed, who were going to go on to talk to? I don't know, Jack.
Absolute banker that he scores against us next season.
Yeah.
I did see it. I think it was the day or the day after we sold him to Plymouth. He went and scored in a
well, look, one thing for sure is he'll score against Ipswich. And on a serious note, I do wish Bally Mumba well.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he'll have a great career. I think every time I've watched him, I've gone, I like the look of you. You excite me. You get me going. And I wish him all the best. Yeah, I really, really do.
And I hope Plymouth do well this season. I think since the last time we recorded a podcast, which was 2 weeks ago, there's still, other than Bally Mumba, still not been any incomings or outgoings. Now, that may change maybe when this podcast is out. We're recording on Monday.
Yeah.
A chap called Christian Fassnacht.
No. We can. It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
So he's here. Okay, here we go.
It's signed.
Okay,
it's done.
It's signed, sealed, delivered. So who is this guy? Christian Fassnacht. Is he? Are we going to be dreaming of Premier League football when this man signs on the dotted line?
Do you know, Jack? I don't know.
Has worked with Wagner before.
Yes. At Young Boys.
Okay.
And look, I think it's an interesting one. I as I've said with every single signing in this window, I don't trust our recruitment anymore. That'll get me in trouble with certain people, but I don't care. It's how I feel about it. I don't think our recruitment is anywhere near good enough. And so for me, the proof is in the pudding. It's all very well and good presenting me with numbers in obscure leagues, but I need to see it on the pitch.
Yeah.
However...
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
However, I do look at these particular numbers put up by Christian Fassnacht, and I'm impressed.
What league are we talking here? Swiss league?
The Swiss Super League.
Okay.
And he's played there all of his career.
Okay.
So it's a big move.
Yeah.
And maybe one where he'll
How
want
old
to
is
prove
he? 29?
appointment. Yeah, appointment. He's my age.
Is he
He's
really?
2 months younger than me, which depresses me greatly.
Blimey.
Yeah, exactly. And look at him and look at me sitting here with you. Anyway, last season, but this is interesting, and credit to Daniel Emery for getting these stats, who seems to be the man.
Thanks for doing our work, Dan.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. He says, last season in all competitions, Christian Fassnacht got 34 appearances, 11 goals,
Okay.
10 assists,
blimey.
55 tackles won, 58% aerial duel success. And I tell you what, that really gets me going.
Well, 1 in 3 for goals and assists.
He's looking tidy. And also, might I add, he's scored in the Champions League and the Europa League.
Okay. So we're excited about this one.
I am,
Where does he play? He's like a winger.
I'm not saying I'm excited, but on paper, it looks tidy.
So we've got another position that's already feels quite condensed.
Yeah, but condensed with what, Jack?
Well, so what does he play? Like off the right, sort of midfield?
Yes. Do you know what I think this is? The Kieran Dowell replacement.
Okay.
And I'm up for it. Because the numbers...
Is he better than Kieran Dowell?
Yeah.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah.
The thing that concerns me, Chris, is nothing to do with Big Chris here. And we're calling him Big Chris because he's older than you.
He's younger than me.
Oh, he's younger than
2
you.
months
Little
younger.
Chris. Wasn't there a singer called Little Chris
Yeah,
from around
exactly.
here?
Yeah, something like that.
I think he died. Little Chris.
I know, that's why I'm saying let's move
Yeah,
on.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
There was so we're signing another midfielder.
Yeah.
We're going into the season with 2 fit centre backs.
Look, we'll come back to the centre back situation, but I'm just happy that we're spending actual money on a player.
You don't get who it is.
I'm kind of at that level, I have to admit. I am at that level.
We're there already.
But I am still worried about this window. I think we have used the free market as well as we can in the circumstances that the club's at. I think the best bit of business at the moment looks like Jack Stacey, but Ashley Barnes is certainly knocking on the door as well. I still think Duffy's not played a lot of football, so I'm still not 100% on that one. But to now be complementing it with some actual, paid for signings, it could do the job. The thing that is worrying me, Jack, is the timing of it. Because we got those freebies in nice and early. And I was quite happy with that. Very satisfied, in fact. But then after that, it feels like we're only 2 weeks away from the season starting. They're not going to have many minutes under their belt. I don't know. Is it too late?
The thing that I find baffling at this stage is we've got Big Andy,
yes,
Max Aarons,
yes,
and I'm going to add Milo Rasheed's name into this list because it's clear that the club want him gone. There's been obviously Rasheed's is slightly different because
what
there is
do
a
you
bit
mean they
of
want him
interest.
gone? He's now with the team in Austria. The return of Rasheed.
They don't want him there.
I don't think he wants to be there either by the looks of the pictures of him.
Yeah, he looks like he's been on a bit of a bender, doesn't he? Big Andy and Max.
Yes.
I'm hearing nothing.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that Norwich will need is cash.
Yes.
Because if we've got no cash, we can't spend the cash.
Yes.
And we need to spend the cash.
You're starting to sound a bit like Michael Owen.
But we've got no cash to spend.
Yes. Maybe they need to get Lakens on board and then make some more profits.
Buy some of them, and Lakens might chuck Norwich a few quid.
Yeah. Well, I know they've upgraded the kiosk in the Barclay now, haven't they, to the Lion and Castle. So perhaps they'll stock it with Lakens.
Hopefully. What's going on with Big Andy and Max Aarons?
That was a big tangent. There have been murmurs of Maxi Aarons, and a couple of clubs in particular are knocking on the door. But as it's very commonly known in the football world, Norwich City are very, very challenging club to negotiate with. We've set an asking price and they're not reaching it at the moment. That's what I understand anyway. And so my gut instinct tells me we're going to end up having to say last minute, oh yeah, go on then. And we're just going to have to go with whatever they want. That's my instinct.
That's a bit depressing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But look what we've already felt that with Bally. So I will still be extremely surprised if Max, Big Andy, and Mila Rasheed are here at the end of the transfer window.
Yeah.
I don't. I'll put it out there. I don't believe they're going to be Norwich players next season. I don't.
And you get the sense with Rashica in particular, we are just going to get stung on him because Galatasaray know we want him gone.
Yep.
And they're in kind of a win-win position. They go, well, we like him, but we know you want to sell him.
Well, but I don't think because you've been away, Jack. So the situation's changed because they've now brought in Wilfried Zaha.
Of course they have.
Done. So I don't think he's going to go to Galatasaray now at all.
So,
but
return of Rashica.
Well, no, because I've not seen much conversation about this on social media, but I believe that there are at least 2 German clubs in for Milo Rashica.
Okay.
And so it's not all but done.
Do we want to keep Rashica?
No. No. We've done nothing. Look, no,
Can he tear up in the Championship?
Sorry, I just need to be really careful here.
No, you don't have to be careful.
Right, no. I do just need to say, just in case.
No, we know your honest thoughts.
It's not personal. I had very high hopes for Milo Rashica.
And now you hate him.
I like him, but the amount of wages he's on in the Championship is way too much. He's not produced anywhere near enough numbers for Norwich City football.
But we haven't seen him in the Championship. You could rip it up, Chris.
Jack, I know.
We could finish in the top 2 with Rashica.
Jack, you know what I'm like. There is nothing more that will get me going than the return of Rashica and he tears the Championship a new back door.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I would love it, but it's a pipe dream. You're living in La La Land if you think that's going to happen.
Okay.
I just don't believe it. And look, I hope I'm wrong. I hope he stays, he turns it around, we get promoted to the Premier League, he scores loads of goals, he gets player of the season. But let's be honest, it's not going to happen.
Right, so Big Andy's off, Max is off, Rashica's off.
Well, we think.
I was hearing as well, sniffs. Can you hear a sniff or do you smell a sniff?
I mean, you just... mate, it's another shocker.
I was sniffing.
It's a shocker.
What's the latest with Big Angus? Because I've been hearing that his future might not be fully secure at Norwich City Football Club.
Have you? Who from?
Yeah. Some people connected with Leeds.
You've not even told me this.
No.
Okay, thanks for this.
Well, I'm just throwing it out there.
I
it's
think
not set in stone.
Well, Angus was a player at the end of last season that I was looking at going, yeah, I could probably see him being sold because he's a Scottish international now. Plays he's going to play every single game for them for the next 3-4 years at least. In my humble opinion, he's absolutely got the ability to be a consistent Premier League goalkeeper. I think he was desperately unlucky at Southampton. Unfortunately, that one result was pretty much game over for him with them and their supporter base, in my opinion. But I think he's got still a massive future ahead of him. Still a very, very good age. And
great age.
And you're not allowed to say that anymore. And Soccer AM was so rogue.
It was a bit rogue, yeah. Great though.
I think Angus will stay.
Okay.
But can I just be clear? I actually don't know what the situation is with Angus.
No, I don't. I've just heard it. I've sniffed a sniff.
You've sniffed a sniff.
To avoid being mauled by the Tigers in a few weeks' time.
Yes. What do we need to do?
Well, are we happy with where the squad is at? Because
are you happy with the squad?
Well, I said to you, Chris, didn't I, a couple of weeks ago? And actually, I could not believe this when we put the podcast out, and people were agreeing with me. And I haven't had that for a long while. But there's a lot of people concerned.
It's because people have been taking advantage of the Lakers offer, Jack.
Well,
that's why people agree with
happier.
you. Well, that's why they're agreeing with you.
Well, exactly. But I wasn't happy with the squad then.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed since. We've let go of Bally. We're bringing in Christian Fassnacht. Look, I'm excited about little Chris coming in. But he's not changing.
The Fascinator, I'm going to call him.
Nice.
Do you like that one?
Yeah, like that.
The Fascinator.
The big Fass.
Not so sure on that one.
Fassy.
Definitely not.
I'm still deeply concerned with where this squad is at.
Give it to Fassy. Oh dear. Let's move on.
I'm concerned.
Yes.
And I think my concerns are only going to grow.
How do we run a podcast? How do we do this every week?
Look, I'm looking at this squad and going,
Yes.
I can't see a whole lot of incomings coming in.
Yes.
I'm seeing
Well, you can see no
3
incomes apart
players
from one.
going, at least.
Probably.
2 of those are best performers.
Are you most concerned about the centre-back situation? Is that your main concern?
It's in a whole long list of concerns.
Okay, right. List your
it's near the
concerns then.
top.
List your transfer window worries. Go.
Goalkeeper, if Angus stays, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about centre-backs.
Yeah.
I think we're a right-back light.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got a central defensive midfielder, and I think we need one.
Well, we have, but are they... Can they do it every
No.
single week?
I think we're light of good quality crossing wingers.
Fair.
And I think we're a striker light. Actually, no,
Do you know-
because Sargent's going to score 20 and Barnes will score 15.
Yeah,
so striker I'm okay with.
And I've changed my mind on the
Striker I'm okay with.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so actually I'm not
changed my
feeling
mind.
too bad.
I've changed my mind on the striker situation because I believe that if we give Sargent and Big Bad Barnsley up top the service, I think they'll score goals.
Yeah.
I really do. And providing obviously Sargent stays fit as well. I've kind of changed my tune on the striking situation.
Okay.
You've got Ashley Barnes, you've got Josh Sargent, you throw a bit of the Irish R9 in every now and then. I'm kind of okay with that as long as they're getting the service. But it all relies on Gabriel Sara and Marcelino Nunes having their big breakthrough seasons. Unless we sign, obviously we've brought in Christian Fassnacht now and that's fantastic. But I still think we maybe needed at least another one there.
I agree. I think we need a more defensively minded one to get the best out of Nunes and Sarah.
A winger.
It's just those centre-backs that I'm looking at. So the only fit centre-backs we've got, because Tompkinson's now out
Yes.
for a little while.
Yes.
We've got Gibson.
Yep.
And we've got Duffy.
Experienced.
Experienced.
And Big Andy at the moment.
He'll be gone. Experienced, but slow.
I think experienced, but
And also...
what goes against them is their injury record.
Yeah, and you can't go into a season with 2 centre-backs. I think you need 4.
But how many times have we said this, Jack? It's the same with the central defensive midfielder position. We've don't even get me started on it. Basically, those are our transfer window worries. What
Will
are
it
yours?
happen?
Let us know your transfer window worries, and will we solve the problem? I think you're probably all saying no.
Do we need to bring in an Ignacy Mikel? A Michael Turner?
Bring him out of retirement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is Michael Turner retired?
No, you just said that.
He's probably still battering it about, isn't he?
Yeah, I
in
would have thought so.
League 2 or something.
Let us know what you
Conference
think.
North.
I'm concerned about right back, centre back, midfield.
You've just brought me a great memory there. Just a completely random one. People that went to the Villa away game, remember this? Michael Turner scored.
Great goal.
And he gave it the dinosaur.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mickey T,
Yeah.
what are you playing at?
Yeah.
But do you know what? He kind of gave it a bit of that, didn't he? I think he gave it the ear cup as well.
liked it.
And I thought at one point he was giving it like the DJ decks,
Yeah.
but no, it was like the dinosaur.
Maybe he was trying to and got kind of confused.
Yeah, it was odd.
I really
but,
liked it. One of my
you know,
favourite Premier League goals. Should we get some Twitter questions?
Some squid?
Some Twitter questions.
Yes.
Sniff out some Twitter questions.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Right, Jack, the first Twitter... Well, I shouldn't say Twitter question anymore. The first X, they're rebranding it, aren't
Who's
they?
X?
No. That's what they're changing Twitter to.
X?
It's now going to be called X.
Why is it called X?
Elon Musk, long story. Darren Stephenson, thank you for your question, I think it is. Am I the only person who thinks that our current forward line is not good enough to mount a championship title/playoff challenge? Well, we've discussed it. I mean, I'll give you my shout straight away before you go, Jack. I think if you give those boys the service, they could do the job.
I think
Ashley Barnes has just won the league. Sargent was scoring a lot of goals before he got injured ahead of the World Cup. I think it could be knocking on the door of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so. I think the front kind of forward line is probably our least of our concerns at the moment. I think Sargent's going to have a good season if played through the middle. I've really changed my tune on Sargent. now one of my favourite players. I think he's got the
Really?
quality through the middle.
Hello,
Yeah.
it's a
I
big
like
statement.
Sargent. Barnes, we know. I think we're going to see a bit of maybe a little bit more influence, but a Jordan Rhodes type kind of role for Ashley Barnes. So I like that. I think Ida got a bit too much stick. I think if utilised correctly, again, not off the wing, he's not a winger.
Yes.
He could be okay. So I think that forward line is okay.
Yeah.
Puemas Wapoheta's not good enough.
Yep. I wish, as you know, I love to argue against you. I wish I could argue against you,
so
but
I think
the jury's out.
It will be
people.
interesting to see what happens with Christos Jolis.
God, I forgot about Christos.
We know where we're at with Onel, and we know what we're getting from him. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Rasheed.
But Jack, the question is, are those strikers playoff quality /
strikers? Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Will Granty has put in a point that he's excited about, Jack, which I appreciate. Thank you. It's all a bit doom and gloom on the Norwich City social media world at the moment. He says, one thing I'm slightly excited about.
Only slightly excited.
Is the prospect of McLean and Sarah thriving together in the midfield. Really liked them playing together last year.
Yeah.
Look.
Like your style, Will.
Kenny, grossly underrated by our fan base. And I
don't think he is now. I think that's changed after last season.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I still think he's underrated.
Okay.
I think McLean is such an integral part of our Norwich City spine. And yeah, I agree, Will. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think really mainly, I think Gabriel Sarah and also Marcelino Nunes. I'm so excited about those two. And I'm particularly excited about Marcelino Nunes proving you wrong for all of your slander last season, which was absolutely disgraceful.
Well, I'll pick you up on the fact that I think on this podcast 2 weeks ago, I said that Nunes was going to be our breakout player next season. I think it's fair to say he wasn't good enough last year.
Okay, fair enough. I think you're entitled to your opinion.
Can I do a question now?
Yeah, go on.
This is coming in from Harry Brister. Do you know Harry, Chris? He sits in the lower Barclay.
Yes.
He has one of the most aesthetically pleasing golf swings you will ever see. This is one of the finest players in Norfolk.
Can I just remind you this is a football podcast?
No, I know, but I just want to say, well done, Harry, for having such a lovely swing. He said, question, what do you have higher hopes for? The Lion and Castle in the lower Barclay or the final league position come the end of the season? Positive, Johnny Rowe.
Let's have a go.
Okay.
We've not mentioned Johnny Rowe. Yeah, here you go.
What?
Johnny Rowe.
No, I wasn't going to mention Johnny Rowe.
Yeah, of course you're not.
Because
you disrespect
We got the email as lower Barclay season ticket
Yeah.
holders in the week
Yeah.
that the Lion and Castle is opening. This is the new pub in the lower Barclay, and I am very excited.
I have got more hope for the Lion and Castle than for our league position.
But it's going to be great. We can go there early, have a couple of, Lakens, soft drinks maybe.
Lakens?
Yeah.
I wish.
Well, we can smuggle them in, can't we? Have a couple of drinks, go out there, watch us lose 1-0 to Hull, and then go back to the bar.
Yeah, worst case scenario.
Johnny Rowe, need to see more from him, but I'm sure we will.
I keep hearing and seeing some really good things.
You sniffing out a sniff?
I'm sniffing out a breakthrough season for Johnny Rowe.
Let's hope so.
Johnny Rowe, let's have a go. Let's hope so.
And we've said, haven't we, if Johnny Rowe is named the Championship Player of the Year, I'm giving £1,000 to Big C.
Was it that?
Yes, it was exactly that.
I thought it was something else.
No, it was
I thought it was if he made over a certain number of appearances.
No, you're changing it. You're changing it.
Okay, fine.
Championship Player of the Year,
think he's
Johnny Rowe, £1,000 from my pocket goes to Big C.
I think Johnny Rowe's going to have a great season.
Let's see it, Johnny. Do you want to give money to charity?
Spencer Doggett says, that's a hell of a second name, by the way.
Spencer Doggett.
Let's just read his bio quickly. Father, secondary teacher, member of SLT, Norwich fan, all views my own.
Legend.
He just looks like an absolute top
One
boy.
of our local pubs at my office in London is called Doggett's.
I was really wondering what you were going to say there. He says, worry. That team could do the double over us this year.
Oh.
I'm going to put it out there. Ooh. And I know this will be clipped up.
I was feeling really good about Doggett's question there.
But
the big dog.
I think there's a lot of unnecessary worry about this.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Tell me why.
I think we're all buying the American propaganda that's coming out of the club. I do. They're a newly promoted side.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong.
Good manager.
I am a bit twitchy.
Yeah.
But I don't think we need to be wetting the bed just yet.
Well,
because we play them a bit later on.
Yes, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It could be an awful thing.
Do we play them at home first or away?
Away first.
Less than ideal.
Yes.
But I do think... I think that Norwich fans are almost thinking like we're coming up against bloody Barcelona. They're not that.
Chris, I think it's almost less to do with Ipswich and more to do with us.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I would agree with that. Yeah.
Equally, I do. If I'm taking my Norwich City glasses off,
Go on.
and now I can't see.
Yeah.
I do think Ipswich are on for a good season.
Well, I must admit, I'll be taking off my glasses for the entirety of that Norwich Ipswich game because I will be shitting my pants.
I did famously, and this gets, I occasionally see it posted around. I made a video in 2019, I think it was.
Right. What have you said this time?
I said that this is the season where Ipswich overtake Norwich.
Can I just say, I still love it how you pronounce Ipswich as if you're talking about a sandwich.
Ipswich.
You can't pronounce them, can you?
Ipswich.
Thank you, better.
I said that Ipswich were going to overtake us.
Yes.
And I think we got promoted and they got relegated.
Yes.
So, who knows? That could happen again.
I mean, look, to be fair, we've had our time, haven't we? Like, literally, I think only their granddads have seen,
so
seen them beat us.
That sounds like you're admitting defeat.
I'm just sowing the seeds. I'm just sowing the seeds.
Fine.
Go
on. Let's take a look at the Art Mixer. And the Art Mixer...
What a name.
I'm just looking at the Art Mixer's profile picture.
Go on.
And this is a man whose biceps challenges yours.
Wow!
I mean, they are big biceps.
That is almost as big as Ashley Barnes' biceps.
Absolutely. He says statement.
Yeah, good.
We've looked good this pre-season. The addition of Rasheed. What did I just say?
Mate, how many Lakens have you had? Honestly.
The addition of Rasheed, if the attitude's there.
Yeah, correct.
I think we also think we look like a good chance for the playoffs. Also, Duffy needs to stop heading it back to the keeper. Now Art Mix has done the classic getting carried away of pre-season.
Right.
And also, have we looked good in pre-season? I've watched a couple of the games and I've not been blown away.
I think we've been painfully average.
We've not been playing sort of Bayern Munich, have we?
Painfully average.
But I like the Art Mix's confidence.
And actually, I would just... I agree with that. I think I don't really care if Shane Duffy heads it backwards as long as he keeps clean sheets. He can do what he wants. If Shane Duffy keeps clean sheets next season consistently, he can do what he wants. Honestly,
I like that.
Do whatever you want. Give him the keys to the Lion and Castle.
I like that. Nice.
You like that one?
I like that, and I like this from.
You like it or you love it?
Run Cycle Cake, who I once famously pronounced as. What did I? Runcy Cycle.
Something ridiculous.
Run Cycle Cake.
Yeah.
He says, Leicester aside, no other championship side has done significant business. Many are unloading and thinning out. Genuinely looks like a cost reset on league spending. So the experience we've brought in looks like a good and minimal cost so far. We should be pushing for the top 6.
I don't agree, but it sounds like a very intelligently, articulately put point.
There is a good point there, though, that we're getting down about our business, but
everyone
else has been slow.
Fair.
I think the Championship is feeling the cost of living crisis.
Okay. Right.
I think they've seen their electricity bills from the floodlights and gone, oof, we now can't afford an £8 million Greek winger. We're looking at Christian, what's his name?
Fassnacht.
Little Chris.
Just an aside, Jack. I was on social media the other night, as you are, and I got a notification through on my phone.
Right.
Ping. Right. So I looked, and I saw it come up. On your lock screen, it comes up.
Yeah.
And I just saw the following words: bigger, badder, meaner, faster. I got my phone like this. I thought, oh my God, I've clicked on the wrong link. Right. And I thought, oh my God, what on earth is it? And it was Norwich City club propaganda. Norwich City tweeted, bigger, badder, meaner, faster, with a little flame emoji. And it was just like, it was just gym porn. It was literally Norwich players working out.
Oh.
Like with some real
Was it quite erotic?
Well, they did publish it late at night,
Right.
And I respond. I mean, look, I almost said, look, lads, I know it's beyond the watershed, but goodness gracious,
Yeah, be careful.
Well, yeah.
So who was in it?
Yeah, just everyone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's got the
who's
got the best bicep?
I think. I mean, it ended with Big Andy on the old
he's quite
boxing
athletic,
with Louis. Shout out Louis, by the way, top man behind the scenes. Yeah, I just
Andy.
thought I'd randomly bring up that I saw that tweet: bigger, badder, meaner, faster. And it almost tipped me over the edge.
Well, this is the reason why they recommend to put your phone away at night, because something like that can,
ruin a relationship.
Well, get you excited and you can't sleep.
Well, I actually think it could ruin a relationship if that sort of copy comes up.
You're going blind.
And your missus looks at your phone.
Or maybe your missus would want to look at your phone.
Yeah.
If Big Andy on the boxing bags.
Blimey, Riley.
Let's take a look at...
I don't know why I brought that up. I did.
No, I like it.
Good. How long has Wagner got? Says Darren again.
That was my out there prediction.
This is the thing about my transfer window worries, about the speed of which we've brought in players. We need a fast... I say this every fucking season. We need a fast start.
Yeah.
Do you believe we're going to have a fast start?
We should do.
Apart from Southampton away.
We should do based on fixtures, and this is my concern.
But if Wagner doesn't hit the ground running...
Well, I think he gets sacked.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he's got until the end of September.
Wow.
Now, whether the club think that is a different story. And also, where are Norwich City's expectations at? Because I'm looking at this squad and going, a 12th place finish would probably be good.
Are they going to accept the transition season? Probably, yeah.
But where are we transitioning to?
Well, I don't know yet. Do you?
I mean,
does anyone?
If you say transition season, you're expecting us to kick forwards.
Yeah.
All I'm seeing is regression. Are we transitioning to League One?
Right.
Elias, who's Finnish. He's not Finnish, he's 28.
Okay.
He's Finnish.
Okay.
He says statement.
Yep.
I think letting Bally go was the correct decision.
Fair.
He doesn't fit in our system. We've got Stacey, and if Max stays, I don't think he fits in. Maybe the club could have got a bit more money, and I hope there's a sell-on clause.
Yes.
Calm from Elias.
Yes, and I agree. What about this from Craig?
What about this? Craigo. Good old Craigo.
He says, can we use the profit from selling Bally to buy another soccer bot? Craigo, the first fucking soccer bot hasn't worked, so I don't think we want to be buying another one,
and also, could we afford it from the profits? Because soccer bots don't come cheap.
Yeah, good point.
I reckon with the cost of electric, the soccer bots are permanently switched off.
I reckon the profits from Bally have just gone into the keeping the lights turned on in the soccer bot.
No, I think I know where the profits have gone.
Where?
They've gone on
the
this
veg patch.
season's veg patch. Yeah, for the radish seeds.
Oh, you reckon it's radish?
New potatoes.
Really?
We've got Weber down there sprinkling the carrot seeds.
They'll go on sale in Morrison's, Norfolk turnips.
Yeah. I'm sure.
not potato.
I'm sure someone has seen Weber in Not Cuts recently. With his checkbook. Bally the check comes in and it's in Not Cuts. Purchasing his carrots.
Maybe that's what we need to do to sign a few more players. Extend the veg patch.
More
if you think
compost.
about it,
Yeah.
If you think about it, extend the veg patch right up to the main road. Because at the moment it's a small one.
Over the pitches.
I'm proposing we actually go over one of the pitches. Yeah, you don't need more than one pitch, do you? You can just share it. Extend the land. Start making some serious profits on those veg.
Yeah.
I reckon that might get us a couple of players.
What you're doing is you're proposing stopping the football club and becoming farmers.
Extending the veg patch.
What you're doing.
If it all goes wrong, let's just sell veg.
A Norwich City farm shop.
Hello.
Who would be at the front selling it?
Who would be at the front selling it?
So we've got a farm shop.
None of the Scottish lads, because no one would understand them. Yeah, probably not. I'll tell you who would be class on the veg stand.
Go on.
Marcelino Nunes. Lovely jubbly! Lovely jubbly!
Yeah, I like it.
He'd call you in, wouldn't he?
Marcelino Nunes selling radishes. That goes straight into the transfer kitty.
He'd be like juggling the potatoes, wouldn't he? Going, lovely jubbly! Bringing you in. Lovely jubbly! This podcast is not going
I also hear there's not a whole lot of cash in farming at the moment.
Right.
So maybe we shouldn't.
Oh, yeah, the running costs. We didn't think about that, did we?
Yeah. But Marcelino might be willing to work for free.
Yeah, good. Tom has asked us our opinion on the Rasheed situation. I think we've covered that pretty well, or as well as we can.
Michael has a question.
Go on.
Michael Cowlishaw. Great name.
That'll do.
Observation. Now, we don't often ask for observations. We ask for questions, comments, rants,
Yep.
and raves.
Yep.
Well, Michael's thrown the rule book up and he's put an observation in.
Good, I like that.
Michael says, it seems as if Josh Sargent has bulked up a bit since originally joining us in the Prem, haven't we all, Michael? Saw him at the home draw against Reading.
Yeah.
Genuinely can't remember. Oh, I can. Andy Carroll scored a penalty.
Okay, yeah.
I think Kieran Dowell gave it away. One of the more memorable games from last season. Saw him in the home draw against Reading over Christmas, and then again at Kings Lynn a few weeks ago.
Kings Lynn.
He looks fitter, stronger, and more athletic.
The Kings Lynn alarm has gone off again. Please, seriously, put your filter... Honestly, if anyone says he looked good against Kings Lynn, doesn't matter. It's invalid.
When we played Kings Lynn...
It's honestly, seriously, and I am disrespecting them. I am. You can't say
we've got a few
Norwich
Kings Lynn
player
fans
is
that
good.
watch.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Stop.
There's nothing else to do in Kings Lynn.
Fucking hell, mate. It's dross.
What? You know, you've got like...
You can't say a player is good because of a performance against Kings Lynn.
You've
you
got
just can't.
a handicapping system in golf and squash. We need a Kings Lynn handicap
Yeah.
where they start 4 goals ahead.
Yeah. See if we can get it back.
But the point stands, Michael.
Go on.
Michael's excited about Sargent. I'm excited about Sargent.
I'm optimistic.
We should all be excited about Sargent.
I think if Sargent gets the service, which by the way I think Christian Fassnacht could be the man to unlock the Fassnacht. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong.
No, it sounds great.
Yeah, look, I think he could do well. Ashley, what about this? What about this? A statement from Ashley about Ashley Barnes.
Ash on Ash.
He says Ashley Barnes will be Championship top goal scorer. I love that from you, Ashley.
Blimey. I'll stick a 5 on
Yeah,
it.
I'd stick a 5 on that if I were you.
And give half of it to Big C if it wins.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd rather you put the money towards Big C. By the way, just a quick interlude, thank you, because thanks to Chris Dayton, friend of the channel,
Yes.
we have
Thanks,
now
Chris.
hit our £500 target before the start of the season.
That's amazing. So we
£500
over the summer.
and you know, normally it's giving away a shirt or you know, it's a raffle for some signed boots or something. This is just purely out of the goodness of our community's hearts. They have decided to chuck some money in and have hit the £500 target.
Which has taken us over
amazing.
30k.
Amazing. So thank you.
Stephen Waldron. This is amazing. I really like this. He's said positive.
Yep.
He's a pretty new Norwich City fan from America who
That's
got into Norwich from watching Josh Sargent.
Sorry to hear that.
Just looking forward to watching him score more goals from the Yankee Ginger.
I love how optimistic Americans
Yeah.
are. They
But I like that.
cannot not be. They can't be negative,
Yeah,
can
they just love life.
They genuinely believe that we're going to win the league at a canter this season, and we're going to probably get into the Champions League the season after.
Well, he did say, I'm a new American fan who was not used to supporting successful teams.
Oh right, okay.
So don't have great expectation.
Well, in which case,
But
that challenges my perception.
But you will see Sargent score goals this season.
Will we see this? Jordan has made a statement. Wagner will be gone by Christmas. Thoughts? Feelings? Feedback?
Will we see? So this is the position I'm in. I think it all comes down to expectation. I honestly think from board level, they're probably saying to Wagner, and obviously what they'll say will be different. But if you're looking at this now based on wage spend, Norwich are probably now a mid-table championship team. So if Norwich finished 12th, then I would probably argue that Wagner's done his job. I think that's where we're at. So based on that,
God, that's depressing.
If we're not in a relegation battle, I think he keeps his job.
You did say also in the last podcast that you think that we might be in that mix.
I think we might be, yeah. I think he's here at Christmas?
I do. I don't think he's going to get the chop. I don't think he's going to get the chop.
So here's what I don't think he will be, and I think it's because Stuart Webber goes. I think Webber goes, and I think Wagner goes. Actually, this isn't really working. He leaves.
Do you think there could be timing there? Do you think if Stuart Webber goes sooner, so could David Wagner, or
potentially?
Look, but I want to make it clear. I'm behind David Wagner.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm absolutely behind all those boys and David
Oh,
Wagner going into the new
100%.
season. I think now he's got the opportunity to sign some players that he actually wants to sign. He's had a proper pre-season. You know, I do. Let's back the boys. Absolutely. You know, let's not be all doom and gloom.
I've got some breaking news for you.
Holy
breaking TNC news.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, absolutely. TNC, in conjunction with Big C,
Yeah.
are launching a fantasy football league, and it's now live.
Are we really?
I've just seen a message come through, so I'm going to link everything down in the description. It's £10 to enter.
Yeah.
We've got loads of prizes. We're going to do Manager of the Month, prizes for the winning people at the end of the season. £10 to enter. The link's in the description. It's on the official fantasy website. I know you're all playing along. You'll come along. You'll beat us two. You'll have a great time. You'll give money to charity.
Yeah.
I beat you last season, so careful, by quite a considerable margin.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
No, you did.
I took huge, great pride in it. £10 to enter. Links in the description. Get your team in. We'll see you over there. Fancy football. Link in the description. And when you're making your team, have a beer.
Down some Lakens.
Absolutely.
Buy a barrel. Let's turn it up a notch.
Blimey.
Tance says positives.
Tance, legend.
You can see how we are trying to play. Unlike last year, solid defensively. Barnes, Duffy, Stacey, and Fisher. Negative. Turned it away from it. Lack creativity. That bit of Wes magic or Emmy brilliance. Need a couple more faces. You know, I struggle to disagree. And actually, that was a very, very popular submission.
I would
Tance
caveat.
has got 5 likes on that.
Well, I'd caveat that by saying, good old Tance is one of the most positive people I know. So he's probably looking at this slightly through yellow tinted glasses, which is fine.
Yep.
We love Tance. But I agree, and I certainly think we look better defensively. Now, we are going up against Kings Lynn strikers, so please do take that with a pinch of salt.
Yes.
But I think on the whole we look better, but I just think we're going into this season way too light defensively. All it takes is the first game, Duffy gets mauled by the Tigers, and we're down to 1. And then what do you do?
Oh, do you know what, though? Come on. We can't let us... I've got to be careful here, but we've got to remember their hull... And I know they're going to be better than last time. Do you remember how average they were last season?
Honestly,
I know they've signed some good players. I know they've got more money.
We lost to them last season.
I get all that, but they were just so average.
We lost to them last season.
But they were so average.
What are we?
Shit. What about this? This is quite a lively one from Erland.
Oh, I like a lively one.
Statement puts on tin hat. The atmosphere our fans are creating around the club doesn't sit well with me. We will be fine. Those who expect promotion need to realise that's not realistic and never was for this season. Unrelated note, I'm excited about Kellen Fisher. There's a name. First mention for Kellen.
Well, who's this Erland?
Yeah.
I like where Erland's coming from. Erland says we'll be fine.
It is all a bit doom and gloom in the fan base, isn't it? But they've got the right to be concerned.
Erland says we're going to be fine, but then says we're not expected to go up. So Erland's saying we'll be fine to finish mid-table. Now, if we're going off, as I say, expectation, that is probably where we're going to finish. So Erland's going, you know what, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a few pints in the Lining Castle.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy watching our new non-league right back.
Yes.
And PP down the left wing. And we'll finish 14th. And I'm happy with that. You do you, Erland. You do you.
Are you honestly saying you would accept 14th next season?
I'm not saying I'll accept it. I'm saying that's where I think we'll finish.
I think you need to raise your standards, young man.
No, look, I've nothing to do with it. I think Norwich City need to start signing some quality.
Well, Christian Fassnacht is in the door.
Yeah, that's true.
What about this? Let's finish on a lovely light-hearted one from Harv.
Oh, I love Harv. He's so good they named him twice.
He says, question, what is both of your go-to desserts?
Desserts? Oh, I know mine straight away.
Of course you do. Go
I
on.
know mine straight away.
Go on.
Tiramisu.
Really?
I love tiramisu.
I had you down as more of a spotted dick.
I don't mind a spotted dick. If
I'm sure you don't.
If I'm in a country pub, I will say, excuse me, sir, can I have a portion of your spotted dick?
Oh, God. Okay. I must admit, I'm a real sucker.
I know what you're saying.
Go on, guess my dessert.
You are going to say...
You're going to get this wrong.
Okay, there's 2 options for you.
Go on.
Cheesecake. You like cheesecake.
That's random.
Or Oh,
Cheesecake.
or I know it.
Where have you got cheesecake?
Creme brulee.
I do like I do like a creme
I've seen
brulee.
you eat a good few creme brulees.
I
in your
do
time.
like a creme brulee, but I tell you what really gets me going.
Go on.
A good, hearty, British apple crumble. And do you know what? A bit of custard or ice cream, but normally custard.
Yeah.
And I quite like it when they put berries in it as well. It's just
Cream or custard or ice cream?
Not a squirty.
No.
Not a squirty cream.
Like double cream.
A single cream.
No, not single cream.
God no, all about the double.
But look at you, you're an athlete.
Yeah, but you've got to treat yourself, haven't you?
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I
Apple
thought you'd
crumble.
go for something a bit more.
Yeah, no, I knew.
A bit more flash.
I knew I'd surprise you.
And you've got on you've gone for a bit of a Shane Duffy type dessert.
No, there we go.
Solid.
Jack, what a podcast.
It's been good.
And the next time we speak, we would have got 3 points against Hull.
That's mad, isn't it?
We'll be here with the HMS hats on, going,
Look,
Wagner's at the wheel,
look,
we're off to Wembley, singing the Sarah song, will we?
You better believe if we beat Hull, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Are you?
Oh, I'm all in.
Are you?
All it takes is a pint in the line in Castle,
And 1 win.
1-0 win against Hull,
And you're off.
and I'm off. That's all I need. Look, I'm.
Get set, because it's going to be an interesting season
I just can't
ahead.
believe how close the season is. I'm thinking it's in like 2
I'm not
months.
ready for it. I would actually quite like it to be put back a month, ideally.
Well,
Just so we can sign
if
some
the
players.
EFL's watching, the EFL, Chris Reeve wants the season a month late. Right, well, I'm off for a spotted dick.
Yeah, not surprised.
And to wash it down with some Encore. Remember, please, get your hands on one of these.
Please.
Yeah, I'm holding it like a
Why
baby.
are you begging people? You don't need to beg them to buy that beauty.
Chris, I'm begging them because I know the quality of their life will
Yeah,
improve.
that is true.
And it's only on offer until the end of July. Don't start coming to me crying if you don't get one, okay?
And a nice soft one.
Blimey, a nice soft one.
Blimey.
What was that?
I've no idea.
Yeah.
I'm ill. Can I just say I'm ill?
That Lemsip hasn't
Just
worked.
as proof, the Lemsip has been down. Thank you in advance for your support for this upcoming season.
Yeah.
It's going to be one hell of a campaign. Make sure you subscribe to TalkNorwichCity. There's some exciting stuff coming out on the channel before the season starts,
Yes.
might I add.
Yeah,
we
blimey,
hope.
yeah.
Well, we hope and pray.
Well, we know.
Do we?
Yeah, everything's exciting.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, apparently it's happening. There's some exciting things happening. Make sure you've subscribed. Make sure you keep donating to Big C. And let us know.
Fantasy football.
Yeah, fantasy football. Let us
You
know
need
what
to go
you
and
thought
sort your
about the
team out because
podcast.
your effort last season was tragic. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.